Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Oh, let's hear it for Shamana!
It's a cold October day in Lexington. The leaves are on the ground, the fans are in the stands, and it's a perfect fall night for some football. The 6-0 Winchester Red and Black have come to town, but the Minutemen have the tools they need to pull off the upset. Connor, what do you want to see tonight from the Lexington defense?
You know, the scouting report for Winchester mentioned a very talented running back in Gianni DePremio, number 2 out there, so I'd like to see Lexington stack the box and stop the run game early and not let him gain momentum.
And then, Ben, what do you think this game is going to mean to this team that has struggled as of late?
Yeah, obviously Lexington hasn't had the results they've wanted recently, but they've had little sparks, you know, the first quarter against AB, and I think they need to build on that today. Obviously, they have a huge opportunity for an upset, and like Coach DeLuca said, they haven't played their best game yet. They haven't put together a full 48 minutes, and I'm looking for them to do that here today.
It's definitely possible for them to do. We've seen good quarters. We've seen good halves. It's just going to need 4 quarters, 2 halves, 48 minutes of good football to win this game. Set to kick it away here now are the Minutemen, and it will be a low squib kick, which is quickly picked up by Winchester, but he is tackled for not much of a gain there. Good catch, though, from number 5, William Nelson of the Winchester Red and Black. They went squib kick to start things off here, and good play by the hands team, but definitely could cause some problems if we continue to see kicks like that take weird bounces.
Absolutely. Coach DeLuca praised skill player Kean Millett's execution on last week's successful onside kick, so maybe that could be a tool in the special teams game here today.
You'd love to see if they could steal a possession against a talented Winchester offense. The offense is on the field now, and the snap will be taken and handed off to that star running back, and he will go for a ton of yards off the bat. Good carry early on in this game as a flag flies down, 23 yards for Gianni DePremio. Big pickup early on.
Yeah, as I said, they were going to look for him all game long. And that's one thing Lexington's going to have to stop if they want a chance to pull off the upset, like Ben mentioned earlier.
And it's possible that we don't know how good their quarterback is, but it starts with stopping the run, force their quarterback to make plays, and see if I can get some stops here.
Seems like a penalty on Lexington as Winchester will move.
Perhaps a face mask or something like that.
A few more yards forward from spot of the down.
Alrighty now. And so Ronan O'Connell is in the shotgun and will drop back to throw. He's going to launch one deep to the end zone into coverage, and it is caught. Did he stay in bounds? He did. That is going to be a catch. The big target on the outside makes the play.
Great ball there from Ronan O'Connell. He led his receiver perfectly, and the DB was in good position, but the way the ball was placed perfectly in stride, he didn't have the leverage to go up and make that play. Fantastic throw.
Absolutely perfect pass and a terrific catch on the edge of the end zone. 2 plays and a touchdown for a talented Winchester offense. Now on the extra point here for Winchester is William. And he knocks it through.
Seems like a Lexington player came on late, but shouldn't affect the end of the...
So it is going to be offsides, but the kick is good unless they will consider now.
They could go for 2 here.
Going for 2 as they get half the distance to the goal. After the kick by Bulnes.
Seems like a little confusion on the Winchester side, trying to decide.
They declined the penalty.
What to do.
And they will kick it again.
Yeah. I think they declined the penalty, just want to get the kick back up.
Just going to kick this one again. And this one, really low kick. It was blocked or something like that.
I think he just topped it. It looked like he just kicked it with this, or the top of the football, so wasn't able to get enough air on it. Unfortunate for Winchester.
His kicks looked pretty good in warm-ups. I saw him bang through a couple extra points, but couldn't get it up there.
Not that time, as it is 6-0 Winchester, and Lexington will get their first crack at it after just a 2-play drive from Winchester. That 2 big plays to start things off. It's going to be hard to stop.
And guys, I'm looking for an explosive play from one of their playmakers, perhaps Jaden Waters or Kean Millette. Could they spark something here on special teams? They had the kick return for a touchdown last week and a number of just really good returns to the 40 or something for good starting field position. Maybe they can get that here today, spark the offense.
It would be big if they could get a huge special teams play, at least get field position, as the kick will now be launched deep. Terrific kickoff there, as it will be caught off a bobble by Jaden Waters. He will look to run it up. He'll get some space before being brought down at the 26-yard line as another guy falls down but doesn't. Oh, there is a flag. Wonder who that's going to be on. Hard to tell up in the middle there.
Seems like they only had Jaden Waters back that time. I hope their other skill players are all right. Millette.
So that is going to be a flag that will help the Lexington offense. And those types of penalties, Lexington's going to need to go their way. They're going to need to play a pretty much perfect game to beat a talented 6-0 Winchester team. And that is going to help here. They look to put points on the board on a first drive.
We'll see more Christian Brown in the backfield for Lexington, who made a big impact for them last week against Reading.
We saw it last week, as now it is going to be given inside a couple of yards there on the handoff to Jaden Waters.
Haven't really seen him get in previous touches in previous games, so maybe he's going to take up some of the slack for Eli Selski, who I think is out this game.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Eli Selski or Kean Millette are out there, or Tiandre Warren-Stevens for that matter. But maybe they'll rotate them in.
Hatch will run back onto the field. Waters had the big-time kick return last week for a touchdown. Took it about 90 yards to the house, and so we're going to see if he can make some plays in the run game. As now Hatch will be under center and will take the snap and give it back to Waters. He's going to go up the middle and just not unable to pick up anything there. Terrific pursuit there by the Winchester player, number 56, Sean Garrett, on the tackle.
Yeah, great push up the middle by that Winchester defensive interior. You'd love to see Lexington get the push up front. That's where so much of their offense comes from, getting pushed, getting gaps up front. Now they face a 3rd and long, not the situation they want to be in.
So you wonder if they will pull out the pass game here early. They did it last week on the second play of the game. We'll see if they will do it again. Hatch will take the snap and roll out, looking to throw. He's got a little bit of time as now the pursuit goes. Can he run? He's going to throw.
Not much.
Nothing much on the sideline there as he looked for Manson, but really just good coverage all around.
Yeah, it wasn't really much there. They were able to, the running defensive line was able to get to the quarterback in the backfield before he really even had a chance to make a play. So just forced to throw it out of bounds there and, probably boot this one away.
Yeah, and with that formation they run, they don't have too many traditional receivers on the outside. They do have some playmakers in the backfield perhaps, but really the only guy running the route in the way that Hatch was running was Alex Manson, kind of a fullback tight end type player.
And there were a ton of players over there. Kind of sniffed out the play action. Yeah, tough time to have to
really
pull it out.
Escorted Manson to the sideline.
So Isaac Jego is going to boot this one away for the Minutemen. Too deep for Winchester. Jego boots it low kick, and Waters will touch it before being dove on by one of the Winchester players there, number 18, Quinn Pimento.
Connor, what are you looking for here on this next drive for the Lexington defense?
I mean, it's easier said than done, but I think they have to limit the big plays for Winchester, force them to keep it on the ground and gain minimal yards, and hopefully force a 3-and-out.
At least create third downs.
Yeah.
Make them take 3 plays to beat you. If they're picking up 30, 40 yards in a play, that's just going to be really hard to stop, and don't give your offense much time.
Yeah, and from what I've seen so far, you really don't want to let their star running back Johnny DePremio on the edge, and here he goes again.
He's on the edge, and DePremio stiff-arming a guy, still going, still on his feet before Waters finally brings him down. Great carry there. Ton of yards, 23 more yards, as he is now averaging about 22 yards a carry.
I think Waters has been, he has a nose for the ball. He's been around, I think he's been in the middle of every single play thus far.
Waters has done a good job after the kick return last week, doing a good job here tonight. DePremio in the backfield again, and it will be handed to him. He's going to run up the middle, but a good tackle. Christian Brown gets into the backfield and makes the play.
Yeah, seems like that's the first time we've seen Lexington successfully, win that defensive versus offensive line battle. Yep. And they're able to bring down the running back, DePremio, for, very minimal gain yards, maybe 1 yard. So that's what you want to see if you're Lexington.
Christian Brown showing his talent. He just shed that block. Really nothing DePremio had there.
O'Connell in the backfield. He's in the shotgun set to take the snap. He's got DePremio with him, and he will give it to DePremio. He gets a running start, but a good tackle there. Someone got in the backfield. Hard to tell who it was. They shedded a block. Good play.
I think Alex Manson got in the backfield. Great wrap-up. Took a good angle. It was Alex Manson.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about with forcing third downs. You can just make them take 3 plays to beat you. And you gave yourself a shot now. Now if you can get a stop, that'd be huge.
Looks like it's about a 3rd and 6 for Winchester here.
O'Connell in the shotgun. He will take the snap and give it back to DePremio for a 3rd time. Can they stop him? 3 in a row. And he is brought down short of the line to gain. It's going to set up 4th down. Big time stop for the Lexington defense.
Really great play there by Daniel Zhang. He kept his edge. He didn't make the tackle, but he kept his edge and forced DePremio back inside where his teammates could clean the play up.
Seems like Lexington will have to finish Winchester off here and get a stop at 4th down, as it looks like they'll keep their offensive out.
Zhang, the junior, is playing both sides of the ball tonight and has done a really good job all season. Holds the edge there and makes a play that will not show up in the stat sheet, but it's a big-time play nonetheless. It's going to set up 4th down and 3 for DePremio in the offense.
Oh, it's a false start.
It's a false start, it looked like, and the flag is going to fly. That's huge for Lexington. It's going to set up 4th down and 8 now, as they could maybe force their first punt of the night.
Lexington definitely struggling with injuries right now. Some young players getting some time, such as Jason Sohn out there, number 24.
Yep, sophomore getting some run. Seems like on that play, DePremio just thought the play was going to start a little earlier. Got on his toes and fell forward for the false start.
So
back him up 5 yards.
He'll be backed up 5 yards, 4th and 8 for O'Connell. He'll take the snap and drop back. Now looking to throw over the middle, and he's got a man open. Great throw on the little slant up the middle in route there for number 14, Ryan Martin.
Just so close for Lexington. You do a great job of getting them into a 4th and 8, and then weren't able to finish it off, but I think that's good momentum they can build on. They got a lot of good stops in that set of downs.
That was just perfect timing there between the receiver and quarterback, Ronan O'Connell and Ryan Martin. He just hit him right on the break.
O'Connell now will throw again, and it's picked. Oh, my. Almost. Had a chance to pick that one off. Really close. Way to read it, though, by number 24, Jason Son, the sophomore. First opportunity.
Son read that perfectly. He was camping on that quick out, and Ronan O'Connell didn't see him there, and almost a big play for Lexington. Maybe that'll shake the senior quarterback a little bit.
Could have been 6 points the other way if he could make the play, but a tough one to make for a young defensive back.
Indeed.
O'Connell in the shotgun will give it to his man, who's going to pick up a couple yards over the middle, just short of the first down maybe. Yeah, will set up 3rd down for DePremio. A short 3rd down, 3rd and inches here for the Winchester offense.
And what's impressed me with DePremio so far is he's just a powerful runner. Like, when he gets going, he's just tough to stop. He hits the hole hard. He hasn't had to make too many men miss. He's just tough to bring down.
Yeah, he's done a really good job of running hard. As now the big package is in the game for DePremio, who's going to take it to the edge.
Wow.
And it looked like he got to the first down, but barely. Only a 1-yard pickup there for DePremio.
Yep, a lot of Lexington players helping out to get that tackle. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, great play by Isaac Jago. Once again, holding the edge, and seems like that's a big part of Lexington's game plan. Well, really just they're improving their execution, and Isaac Jago has made a couple great plays these last few weeks, and they will move the sticks, but some promise here for the Lexington defense, in my opinion.
The tackling has definitely picked up, as now Son maybe will be corner blitzing here. He's going to drop back, and now the quarterback will look to run. Good coverage all around. And I don't know if it's going to be recorded as a sack, but no gain for the Lexington defense there. Great coverage by the corners.
Yeah, that's really a coverage sack there. Seems like Faisal Nzbuga might have gotten there eventually, but great coverage on the outside. They stayed disciplined, didn't fall for the run fake, and that'll set up a 2nd down.
It's going to set up a 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line, so I think it will go down as a sack. It's a loss of a yard there. 2nd and goal for O'Connell and the Winchester offense. He'll take the snap and give it to DePremio up the middle, who's stacked up but continues to run before being tackled. A ton of guys got into the backfield. That was Manson again, I believe, on the play before it was finished off by Lexington's number 51, Jonas Barlew.
Yeah, great penetration there by Manson. He quickly got in the backfield, and that's the type of aggression Lexington's going to need to stop DePremio going forward here tonight.
Yeah, it seems like they're doing much better on the run since the first couple runs, and just team effort bringing him down.
O'Connell now will take the snap and roll out. He's got time. Is he going to look to get to the edge? He's now going to throw over the middle, and it's picked off! Intercepted! Lexington looking to return. Here he goes! Go! He's still going before finally being brought down. A terrific play by number 4, Donovan Shelton.
Not really sure what Winchester was looking for there. They had a couple receivers open, but great play by Donovan Shelton, and that's a huge change of momentum for Lexington, and hopefully their offense can build upon this.
Yeah, he was looking on that quick rollout pass. He was looking for his man cutting to the near pylon, and then he switched his read to someone more across the middle. That's a dangerous throw, though, and Donovan Shelton really just read the quarterback's eyes and made a play on the ball. That's what Lexington needed. Hopefully that stop in the red zone can spark Ethan Hatch in the offense.
And that's now 2 throws by O'Connell that have been very dangerous. That
Absolutely.
one could have gone for 6. He didn't quite get there. And the previous one definitely could have gone for 6. So this is good job by Lexington corners to be anticipating these routes, as now Ethan Hatch on the offense step back out onto the field. He'll take the snap and give it to Waters up the middle, who will pick up a couple yards. But a really good pursuit there from Winchester's number 83. Or I couldn't tell who that was on the play actually there.
Yeah, I'd like to see Lexington offer a little more variety on the play calling. I know they like to keep things simple for their young quarterback, but it seems like it's been almost the same run play every time, the sweep to number 12, Jaden Waters. So hopefully maybe they can run a fake off that, get Ethan Hatch in the passing game involved, or maybe something like their double handoff play last week that worked really well with Millett and Selski.
Yep.
You'd love to see that type of player, maybe someone rolling out to throw the ball here, as Hatch is going to be under center, and we'll give it to Waters as we now do see the double reverse. Great call there by Ben, but not too many yards on the play for number 24, Jason Son, the sophomore, getting some carries here in this one.
Yeah, this Lexington offense relies a lot upon establishing a very basic play and then being able to do a lot of trickery out of it, such as, a couple play action plays that we've seen successfully work and double handoffs that we just saw there. And, I think it's been successful for them in previous weeks, and hopefully they can build upon it.
2 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in this one. It's now a 3rd down and 8 for the Lexington offense. Hatch under center will roll out to pass. He's got a little bit of time, but the pursuit gets to him really quickly. Really good play there by Winchester. They make the sack, as just not a lot of daylight for Ethan Hatch. Not a lot he could do on that play.
Yep, looks like Lexington will punt the ball off, as it's a 4th and very long. But regardless, that's a great play by their defense to erase any potential points for Winchester on that possession.
We don't have his name, but Winchester's number 84 just had 2 big plays on that series. As now Jago will look to boot this one deep for the Minutemen. Not a lot of time and not a great kick there, but it is going to roll a little bit, and it will be down by Jaden Waters, setting up the Winchester offense to run out onto the field with 2 minutes to go here, or 1 minute and 20 actually to go here in this first quarter, as they look to put some more points on the board.
I've been really impressed thus far with the way Lexington's players have stepped up. They've had a lot of players due to injuries having to play both sides of the ball. Jason Son and the rest of their leaders, Caden Mason, Jaden Waters, excuse me. And yeah, it's
been good for a lot of guys playing a lot of snaps, as it has been under a week since they last played. It is going to be a timeout by the Minutemen here, as they are not quite ready for the play. You've got 3 in the first half, so not terrible to have to use one here.
Yep. It's important to get aligned right on these type of plays. You never want to give DePremio even a glimpse at the edge.
When he's gotten to the edge, he's had some big gains thus far in this one. And O'Connell looked really good with that first throw down the field on the first throw of the game, but since then has made a couple of, interesting decisions that have not been great, but also did make that great throw on the 4th down and 8. So interesting to see how much Winchester goes back to their senior quarterback.
Yeah, from what we've seen from O'Connell so far, I think for Lexington it's got to be stop the run first and make him make tough throws. Commit guys to the line of scrimmage and see what you can get in terms of turnovers.
Yeah, and especially making 2 plays on him, it'll make him hesitate a bit more. So, as Ben said, if you can stop the run, I think that'd be very beneficial for Lexington.
Now, here is the Winchester offense, as it is going to be faked, and now a QB draw. This is a new quarterback in the game, number 19 there, Peter Alexopoulos on the carry. The junior quarterback, 6 foot, 188 pounds there on the carry.
Seems like he might be a change of play quarterback as we see them go fast now.
Yeah, they are going to go quick here, as it's now going to be given to DePremio, who is going to break a tackle and still going, breaks another tackle up deep into Lexington territory, down to the 23-yard line. Quick first down there.
Really nice tackle by Jonas Baharlu there on the play. Really good discipline in a hustle play, saving a touchdown.
Touchdown saving tackle, but nonetheless, DePremio will take the ball. Actually, no, it's going to be kept by the quarterback, who's going to almost make that last man miss, but still another 10 yards here. Quick running here from this Winchester offense with Peter Alexopoulos into the game for the Winchester offense.
Yeah, they're going very quick with him. Definitely a change of pace quarterback who's able to run the ball and, much more of a threat on his feet than what we've seen out of number 12.
And so one more play here for Winchester in the quarter, and I think he's going to be tackled just short of the line to gain, but a really good run by Gianni DePremio, as that will bring the first quarter to an end. Winchester 6, Lexington none. Winchester in scoring position yet again. The Winchester offense is back out on the field here with this new quarterback in the game, Peter Alexopoulos. He's got DePremio in the backfield as well. He will give it to DePremio, who's going to try and get to the edge. Can he get to the end zone line?
And he does.
He does. That's a touchdown for the Winchester Red and Black. It's 12-0 Winchester early on in the second quarter.
That's a tough goal line stop for Lexington. I've been really impressed with their quarterback, Alexopoulos. He can really dance and give you trouble on the ground, so having to deal with both the quarterback and the running back, it's really a lose-lose situation there for Lex. And it seems like they'll trot back Alexopoulos and maybe go for two here.
Yeah, you initially might have thought he might have been a change of pace quarterback, but you have to wonder after that successful drive if they continue to use him and run the offense through him.
Yeah, 2 run threats is going to be hard to stop when there's already one really good one. He's now going to drop back and look to throw, although now he'll run him, and he will throw to the running back. Good throw there by Alexopoulos to that running back, Gianni DePremio, who's going to pick up the 2-point conversion and make this a 14-0 game.
Just a smart decision right there for him. He was able to, bring down 2 defenders to him and then dump it off for a touchdown before they were able to get to him.
It's a good 2-on-1 there, set up by the Winchester coaches, who've been a well-coached team thus far. Winchester now will look to kick this one away.
I think for Lexington, this next drive is about just one play at a time. They need to stay on schedule. That's obviously a big part of their identity as an offense, and they haven't done that really thus far. They've had little success on the ground, so maybe coming off with a surprise on the first down, that might help them stay ahead of the sticks.
Yeah, it's tough when you have to use the surprises on later down situations because Winchester's just much more ready for it. Bolognese will kick this one deep to Winchester now, or deep to Lexington now. It's another good kick. His kickoffs have been great thus far as Jaden Waters is going to return this one by himself. He's got space if he can get there, but he is dragged down after getting out to about the 32-yard line.
Solid return.
But a 28-yard return there for Lexington.
Yeah, solid return for Waters.
Yeah, it's a really good kickoff there by the Winchester kicker. Lexington offense will trot back out onto the field here, looking to put up some points. Down 14-0 early on in this one. A score here could go a long way towards making this huge upset.
Absolutely. With that pick in the first quarter they did, it is still a game definitely here, only down 2 scores with the ball. I'd like to see them march down the field, obviously.
If they could punch this one in for 7, that'd be big. Hatch will take the snap and give it to Son on the outside. He's going to pick up some yards at the middle. He's got space. He's still going. Breaks a tackle and breaks another before fumbling the ball. It definitely came out before he went down. He picked up a ton of yards, but the Winchester defensive players just punched at the ball, and he lost it, and Winchester will recover.
Yeah, unfortunate. As that's the first great run play we've seen out of Lexington that picked up a lot of yards, so that's obviously very hopeful, but you hate to see the ball come out at the end, especially after something like that.
Yeah, a little bit of an execution mistake at the end of the play, although there was great execution by the line.
Yeah.
But with a player like that, you know, he made a play, and I know he lost the ball at the end, but you have to keep giving him opportunities in this type of offense. You need that kind of dynamic playmaker in the backfield.
Yeah, you'll want to see him able to make more plays now as O'Connell is back in the game. He was
a
just
touchdown.
He's going to throw one deep to the edge. It's slightly underthrown, but it is caught. A good tackle there by Donovan Shelton after a long throw. Good play there by the Winchester receiver, Ryan Martin.
It seems like on that one, Lexington's DBs were really sitting on those short curls, short ends. That's how they got the interception and near interception on the first drive and the second drive. So I think Winchester's coaches saw that and were looking to punish.
It is now going to be handed off here and hurdling a man there as he gets lower into the Lexington territory is going to be DePremio. Winchester running a little bit of hurry-up offense here.
Yeah, great adjustment on that previous big play by the Winchester coaches. They saw Lexington's DBs sitting underneath on those short throws and said, let's give our quarterback a chance to make a big play.
We've got an injury now.
Oh, man.
One of the Lexington players, Mateo Gomes, going down as he looked to make his way to the sideline. Not what you want to see.
Yeah, he's a key piece in Lexington's offense and defense, so losing him is definitely going to take a toll on this Lexington offense. But as we've seen with Lexington, and part of their identity is who can step up, so I'm interested to see who's going to fill their role.
He's been great at that nose tackle spot this year. You hope it's just a cramp.
Yeah, it seems like he's gotten up on his own feet, sort of. And it isn't quite these last few weeks haven't quite been the injury fest that me and Connor had in the home opener, but it seems like there's been some knocks here and there. Obviously, Millette and Selski seemingly out today, along with Warren Stevens, leaving other guys to step up, and it seems like number 56, Ayush Patel, is in that defensive tackle now.
Patel will enter that tackle spot as O'Connell will take the snap, and there's a fumble. Can they get on the ball?
Doesn't look like they could.
Does not look like they could, as it is going to be picked up, but a fast snap there that O'Connell was not ready for, as he will dive on the ball for only maybe a loss of a yard.
Good play by O'Connell. Seems like he got an unexpected snap, but he was quick to dive on the ball. Alex Manson was close, but couldn't quite come up with the takeaway. Another opportunity for Lexington. Winchester being a little careless with the ball in the red zone.
But it is going to set up 3rd down and 4 here for the Lexington defense. Likely 2 plays to stop DePremio here. And now guys will run in motion. 2 tight ends on that left side and 2 receivers at the top. DePremio will get the ball running towards those tight ends, breaking a tackle and another before stepping into the end zone, still on his feet. Good carry there by DePremio as he just followed those 2 tight ends in motion.
Yeah. Just, as Ben said earlier, he's a powerful runner. And just, this entire night he's being able to break tackles over and over, and that one for a touchdown.
Yeah, Isaac Jago had a chance to make a play on the edge. He did seem to keep the edge, maybe giving his teammates a chance to clean up the play, but with that one-on-one, it's really tough to bring DePremio down, and DePremio just give him a little dance move like Bijan Robinson.
Bolognese will knock this one through, and it is going to be another point here for Winchester. 21-0 from this Winchester offense. It's been fun to watch thus far in this one.
Yeah, you have to wonder if some of these guys are looking to play on the next level in the collegiate games. For sure, DePremio seems to have the juice.
He's been an exciting runner to watch, and the Winchester coaching and planning has just been really good to get him into situations where he's going one-on-one with just smaller Lexington players. And so he is going to play in college, I believe, but in lacrosse, actually. So must be pretty good at that because he's pretty good at this as well.
Yeah, he's going to Navy.
Bolognese is going to kick this one away. It's
another
a good kick. Deep to Waters, who will muff it but pick it up real quick. Waters looking to get the edge, breaks one tackle, but unable to break another as he is thrown down at the 21-yard line. And so now it is going to be first down and 10 for Lexington here from the 21-yard line with 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in this first half. On will run the offense here. Still staying in that wing T.
Yeah, Winchester's just got a lot of big athletes looking up front, looking at even number 1, Ted Budreski. He's just like that Devo Samuel type build. Tough to run the ball in those big but athletic bodies.
So not a lot of yards on that first play there. It is going to be a 2-yard pickup, setting up a second down and 8.
Yeah, I like to see Lexington continue to have confidence in their running back zone after that play last time. You know, they know he can do some damage. So giving him carries is what you want to see for the young running back.
Yeah, absolutely. A mistake for the young player, but he did show definitely some potential on that play, and I think they'll go back to him maybe even on this next play.
This one is going to be given to Brown up the middle. He's just going to keep pushing and still going. That could be a play for Lexington here as he picks up the first down.
Yeah, that play's been pretty effective these last 2 weeks, moving Manson to the sort of regular flex tight end spot and putting Christian Brown at the fullback position.
Yeah, Brown has been able to pick up some yards, tush-push style, and he's not just pushing over, though. He's still running. And he's picked up a ton of yards here as it's going to set up first down and 10 from the 31-yard line. Hatch under center now. And someone jumped. Was it Lexington that went first?
Offside, seems like it.
Yeah, it is going to be a jump from Winchester there. And it's going to set up a first down and 5, which is just huge for this Lexington offense.
Seemed like the whole line jumped there. Must have been a great hard count from the quarterback, Hatch. Not just one guy being undisciplined.
He's been pretty good thus far this year with those hard counts. Got a bunch of guys to jump on Acton Boxborough, and has just done a good job with that overall. As now the offensive line will set up. James Burstein over the ball as Hatch will be under center. He dropped the snap, it looked like.
Winchester might be on it.
Oh, man.
And he does not hold on to it. Winchester recovers the ball and will be set up with really good field position here.
Player down, that seems like it might be. Is that the quarterback, Ethan Hatch? No, he's on the sideline. Is that James Mowring?
Hard to tell, but if it is, that would be a huge loss.
Yeah, he's one of the important players up front on both sides of the ball. Well, I don't want to make any assumptions on who it is, but it does seem like it might be him. And that does really suck because it seems like Lexington had some guys running routes deep, maybe breaking free on the play-action play there, setting that up. So it sucks that they couldn't. Unfortunate that they couldn't hit it on that.
Yeah, a little confusion there as he struggled to pick up the snap. I believe it is Mooring here as he was the one helping off Gomes the play before. And now Gomes may need to help him off. Really disappointing to see. He was all Scholastic, all Boston Globe, all Scholastic as a sophomore. And big loss for Lexington here at that tackle spot.
Seems like it's his right leg. Not what you want to see if you're a Lexington fan.
It's good to see Mateo Gomes seems all right on his own power, on a happy note.
Mooring still down.
And Lexington will run to the sideline on their assistant coaches, Coach DeLuca tending to the big man. Guys, this kind of seems like a little bit of a low point for Lex here, down 21 early. Where do you think they go from here?
I think if they could look, to open up more in the passing game, and maybe some more outside runs, not necessarily going over the middle, that would be huge because, thus far, most of their over-the-middle runs have been stopped. You did see a bright spot there on the 20-yard run from Son, and so maybe if you could get more things like that. I mean, it's just effort. They've given everything that they have, and so, if you can just put them in better spots to maybe have a chance to pick up some more yards, that would be huge. But defensively, there's just so many guys that they have to stop, and that's going to be really hard to do. It's Mooring now stands up. It is hobbling, not walking on that right leg at all.
Hopefully it's back for basketball season.
You see the character out of Mateo Gomes, though. Great teammate out there. His fellow lineman.
Yeah, he was the one that Mooring helped carry off, and so now he's going to help his teammate here with getting off the field. Sad to see Mooring need to step off the field here on this play.
I also got to say on that earlier point, I think right now in this game, it's not really about results for Lexington. They're down 21 against the talented 6-0 Winchester team. I think it's about developing those young guys, maybe open up Hatch in the throwing game. He's going to make mistakes, but he just hasn't had too many live passing reps this year, and I want to get him prepared for future years to come for the future of this Lexington offense. And
so DePremio is going to pick up 6 yards on the first down carry.
It's a good tackle by Faisal Nisabuga right there to bring him down.
Nisabuga makes the play. And just another point on that, for a lot of these seniors playing their last night home game, as we do have next Saturday, but that is at 12 o'clock. So their last night home game here tonight, and you'd love to see if they can just make some plays on their final game, as now O'Connell will drop back to throw all kinds of time.
Good coverage.
Still running around. Good coverage, though, as now he's going to look to run it himself before being hit by Manson for a loss of yards. Surprising not to see him get rid of that ball there, but terrific coverage all around from the Lexington cornerbacks.
Yeah, another coverage sack like Ben said before. And, the DBs were just everywhere, not allowing any receivers to get any space, and forced O'Connell to hold on to the ball a little too long, even though he did have a lot of time in the backfield. So,
yeah, pretty young secondary back there. You got some experienced guys like Shelton and Waters, but on the other hand, you got Jason Sun, Daniel Zhang, Isaac Jago. They're all playing a lot of snaps here, and good sign for the future of Lexington.
And now there will be a flag.
Wow, backing him up. It'll be third and 18.
Winchester.
Very long third down here is what it's going to be for Winchester, and Lexington can get the ball back and maybe put in a score before the half here, as we still have 6 minutes to go left in this first half. O'Connell will step up into the shotgun here, 4 yards behind his center. The man will now go in motion as he's going to take the snap and look to roll out to his left. Pressure comes, he's going to throw, and it is bobbled but caught for the first down. Or it might be short, actually. Hard to tell if he got there. It looks like they are going to rule him short, which is going to set up a really short fourth down. Good throw there by the Winchester quarterback.
You have to think they'll just pound this down the middle with the Premio.
Yeah, that was Captain Michael Ficocello, the senior captain.
Yeah, and they sent the man William Nelson in motion, and I think that opened up some space on the rollout for O'Connell. Timeout Winchester here.
Surprising to see that they need to spend the timeout, as I think everyone in the stadium knows what is coming. Probably a handoff to DePremio, but
kind of like that tush push play. It's inevitable. It's maybe Lexington should pull out what the recent play against the Eagles tush push, where they had a guy lie on the ground horizontally.
Yes, we saw that, and it caused a false start by the Eagles offense. So maybe
pull that one out.
Maybe Lexington's got their own trickery up their sleeves to see if they can get a penalty or something like that, but going to be hard to do.
Yeah.
I believe that was the Commanders there, lying a guy on the ground.
That's smart play.
Winchester's offense will run back out onto the field. It's still O'Connell, despite that really good drive by Alexopoulos, but O'Connell in that more traditional quarterback. He's got his running back with him. The big package is in the game as the tight ends will both go in motion. We saw this on the touchdown play earlier. He'll take the snap and give it to DePremio. Can he get there? And easily does, plus a whole lot more. That's a touchdown for Winchester, completely untouched, as now Donovan Shelton is down on the field for Lexington.
Yeah, it seems like Lexington got some penetration on the right side of their defensive line, but that's not where the...
Just a big package in for Winchester. You know, they had a lot of blockers up ahead, which was able to hold off Lexington, but looks like another injury.
So they as they've done on the touchdown play and now, the earlier touchdown play and now that touchdown play, they send those two tight ends in motion and just easily run their guy right up the edge. Uses those two blockers and just follows them as Shelton will get up on his own power now.
Good to see.
Yeah, I might have jinxed it earlier when I said this wasn't quite the injury fest that we had in the home opener. We had a couple of bad injuries, and that's just really not what you want to see from the Lexington seniors. You know, home stretch for their high school football, and probably for some of them their entire football careers, and you love to see them go out strong.
Bolognese here to kick this one, and will knock it through.
Good, another good kick from Bolognese.
It's an extra point there. That is knocked through, and it's 28-0 here. Winchester, they've just offensively been pretty sound, and just a lot for Lexington defense with guys playing both directions to stop.
You know, guys, it's certainly...
And so now Lexington with too deep to receive here.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Well, it looks like the ball was teed up at the wrong yard line there. Funny to see. As now they will look to kick it once again. Bolognese is going to knock this one deep. And it's another good kick, as now Shelton will look to run under it and picks it up, drops it again, but will look to keep going, see if he can make something happen here.
Nice cut.
Good cut up the middle, but there's not a lot going there, as he's only able to get it out to about the 16 or 17 yard line.
Yeah, Lexington here, you just want to see him pick up a couple first downs and maybe build some momentum going into halftime. You know, maybe they put up a score here, but you know, definitely with injuries it's going to be tough. But
so Hatch and the offense will run out onto the field.
I think James Bernstein might be in for the injured Mowry.
Yeah, it looks like he was playing center before they moved him to guard. And
yeah, that was a recent change. It used to be Ayush Patel under center, and now it's James.
Lexington going to call the timeout here with 5 minutes to go in this first half.
You can see Hatch over there trying to pump up his team a little bit. It's a good young leader, and something you want to see for the future of Lexington football if you're the coaches.
Yeah, definitely not Lexington's most energetic outing. You know, they don't have a ton of fans here on the Thursday night, and some of them are sitting down. You'd love to see a little more pep spirit from the Lexington supporters.
Yeah,
for sure,
tough.
The band is here.
The band is here. Yeah, they always bring high quality to their playing.
They certainly do. That NFL on Fox theme is fun to hear.
It is. I played in the pep band myself last year. It was a good time.
And so now Hatch will be under center and will flip it to the outside to Son, who's going to keep running. Just good hard running there from Son.
Yeah, tough running there from Jason Son. I know he got He's got toughness genes from his older brother, Christian Sun, my teammate on the soccer team. But yeah, I'd love to see Jason Sun get more opportunities here in the home stretch of the season.
Looks like it'll be a 4-yard gain for him, and it'll lead to a 2nd and 6 for Lexington.
2nd down and 7 here for the Minutemen offense. Hatch under center will take the snap and now give
nice
it
play.
up
See,
the
Brown's
middle.
got it.
Brown still picking up yards. That play has been effective
Yeah,
here
I love
tonight.
that one.
It's going to pick up a fair amount of yards,
Yeah,
maybe
9 or 10
9 yards on the play. They set up a 1st down and 10 for the Minutemen.
Yeah, just such a hard task for Winchester to bring such a big body down, and Lexington's Christian Brown, who we've seen that play be very effective several times.
Yeah, and he's just given a lot to his career here in Lexington. You love to see him getting his touches. I imagine that's not what he thought he'd be doing as a senior. He's more of a big body in the trenches, but he's been effective as a ball carrier.
And fun for him to be able to get that as he closes out his Lexington career. Hatch under center will take the snap and give it to Waters, who's just going to be stacked up for a loss of a yard there, setting up 2nd down and 11 for this Lexington offense.
Seemed like that wasn't really a clean exchange between Hatch and Waters. Seems like Hatch might have gotten in his way a little bit, and that's something that Coach DeLuca preached to us in our interview this morning. He wanted the team to put together a full 48 minutes of execution, and well, we haven't quite gotten that in the first half, but you know, a half is something to build on for their next game upcoming on Saturday.
Hatch will run back out onto the field here to set up a 2nd down and 11 for his offense.
Seems like the offensive lineman they've got subbed in for the injured Moring is the freshman William Finch. You don't often see a freshman playing up front in the trenches, getting some incredible experience against this talented Winchester defensive front.
And so Hatch going to roll out here now, looking to throw down the field. He's
got
Waters.
someone.
Waters going. Can he break the tackle? He stays on his feet. Waters, 5. Touchdown, Lexington. Jaden Waters on the bomb from Ethan Hatch.
It's a great design right there from Lexington. They were able to bring out the pass play we've seen being successful, but not tonight so far. And right there, just perfect execution. And then, you know, something that's you saw, but it's hard to remember is, you know, he broke that tackle, which gave him another 20 yards and the touchdown. So great play by both Hatch, the line, you know, and Waters, obviously.
Yeah, guys, and I'm not going to lie, Ethan Hatch kind of has a bomb on him. He really launched that one down the middle. And, you know, he doesn't throw the ball too often, but maybe with that type of arm talent, you'd like to see them open it up a little more. Maybe it's more the mental side of the game, but he does have that raw talent. You saw it there. It really just snapped off his arm, hit Waters running down the seam, and in for the score.
He's now going to be under center for a 2-point try. He will roll out again now, looking to run or throw. He's going to throw to the back of the end zone, but a little much on the throw to Daniel Zhang there. So it will only be 6 points for the Minutemen, but it's an exciting 6. They had a 2-on-1 from receivers there up the middle, and Hatch finds Waters for the big-time touchdown. He breaks the tackle, stays on his feet, and walks his way into the end zone.
On the conversion there, that was just a tough throw for Hatch as he was rolling to his left, had to make that sidearm angle. Zhang did get himself free, though.
It's a cross-body throw for a ready quarterback. It's definitely a tough throw, but, you know.
Tough find there for the quarterback. But a good throw on the touchdown nonetheless. And I believe that's now a couple passing touchdowns on the year for him.
Yeah, he had a bunch in the home opener that you didn't even get to see, Kevin.
Yes, I hear it was an exciting game, though.
Busy on the links, I hear.
Yes, golf team. Shout out is now. They will look to kick this one away. It's going to be Isaac Jago, the junior, to boot this one deep.
Just looking at this kickoff team, I'd like to see number 3, Griffin Leahy, get a few more touches. I remember he was kind of a feature as a sophomore under Coach Wilson, but he's got a nice tall frame, and I'd like to see them utilize that. Here's the squib kick.
It's a good kick.
Yeah, it was a good kick.
Picked up there by a dangerous player, number 2. DePremio is going to pick that one up, but get things only up to about the 38.
He just finds the ball, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. 38-yard line here, as it will give them now 2 minutes and 30 seconds, a little 2-minute drill for a thriving Winchester offense who has been able to throw the ball.
It's going to be Alex Opoulos back running the offense for Winchester this possession. You know, maybe they run the offense a little quicker with them with 2 minutes and 29 seconds.
They do run it quicker, but they do run the ball more.
Yeah.
So interesting, the clock will likely still be rolling.
They do have 2 timeouts.
2:30 to go. With 2 timeouts is honestly plenty of time. So
now he's going to look to throw himself, and he will throw a
pass.
bubble screen there up the middle for a lot of yards, but there is a flag down. He's going to keep going, and it is going to be a touchdown unless it is brought back. Ryan Martin with his second catch of the game.
Ref Lewis whistle seems like it might be coming back.
Seems like that is not going to count.
I don't know. I worry that it is a legal man downfield that actually shouldn't be called because he got it behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, may.
Oh, it is a good touchdown.
It is going to be a good touchdown.
They do pick up the flag.
Yeah, he might have been right there with an illegal man downfield that wasn't actually illegal because the backward lateral there.
Yeah.
It's a good response by Winchester right there after great play by Lexington. They come back with one of their own to number 14, Ryan Martin with the speed.
They certainly have a surplus of explosive athletes. That's something that Lexington, you know, they have some great athletes, but they kind of have to rely more on that execution piece, executing perfectly on every play. They don't have the athletes like guys like, I don't know, they have some great athletes, but just not across the board like this talented Winchester team does.
So they will look to knock this extra point through. 2 minutes and 15 to go here in this second quarter. As now Bolognese will step on to knock it through. And he will barely get it off as the quick rushers are coming in, but that one is going to be knocked through by William Bolognese, number 17 there for this Winchester special teams unit.
Yeah, Shelton there looked like he almost got it right there, perfectly timing the snap, but regardless, Bolognese was able to knock it in for another extra point made.
I believe he is 3 for 4 on those attempts here tonight, and he did make that first one before he had to take it a second time, so pretty good kicking from the Winchester kicker. He's also had some bomb kickoffs that have been down to the Lexington 4-yard line or so that Waters has been catching it. He is the sole return guy here with Jago just in front of him in the event of a short kick. But it is 35-6 here. Winchester is going there, will kick it away, and this one's going to be a scoop kick actually. Low to Jago, who will bobble it but picking it up real quick, and he is going to be hit pretty hard there at the 26-yard line. So Lexington was able to make it happen last drive. See if they can pull out another big play here to come back at Winchester after a big play of their own.
Yeah, I know it might not be really in the playbook that they've been practicing ever since that first home opener, but I really just think, air it out, man. Got not a lot to lose here, down 29. I mean, maybe they can mount a miraculous comeback, but let Ethan Hatch work his magic.
Yeah, we definitely saw from last play that he can throw that ball. It was a perfectly led ball to Waters, so
maybe 30, 40 yards downfield.
And so now Hatch will take the snap and flip it to Son, who's going to go up the middle. And not much going there for the Lexington running back as the clock will continue to roll inside of 2 minutes here. And they'll need to speed things up a little bit, too, if they'd like to score before the half.
Yeah, with no 2-minute warning, you have to wonder if they'll just take this one into the half. Well, I'm not sure they can do that.
Yeah, but they'll probably run a couple more plays, and we'll see if they really make an effort at putting points on the board here. Hatch will go under center here as about 40 seconds of run off the clock as he's going to just give it up the middle.
Christian
Couple more yards. Christian Brown keeps things moving here.
Yeah, that Christian Brown fullback dive has been effective, but not sure he has the game-breaking speed to get down the field quickly.
Yeah, probably not the play to run if you're looking to score on a low time situation, but looks like Lexington's just trying to get the players moving here with a minute and 2 seconds to go here in this first half. 3rd down and 5 for the Lexington offense.
See if they can get a conversion here, maybe get some momentum for their offense going into the second half.
So Hatch is going to take the snap and give it
It's Christian Brown again.
up the middle to Brown. This time Winchester seems to have gotten that one figured out. It is going to set up 4th down and 4. We'll see if they keep the offense on the field here.
That might be a risky move. Winchester might already be in Bolognese's field goal range.
Yeah, he's got a big leg.
He does.
As now Hatch, clock continuing to run. Hatch is going to run back out onto the field here. So they may be just looking to take this one to the half. So we've got 15 seconds to go, although I do believe they're going to need to snap it once here if they don't want to take a delay game. 8 seconds now.
Maybe just a run play to bring it to the half.
Yeah, you'd think they would have to snap it here on 4th down, and they do. And he'll run around for a second, and that will bring us to the half. As Jaden Waters will be tackled there. Still down here. A little slow to get up is Jaden Waters.
Oh, man, they need him.
Yeah, you really don't want to see that for a guy who's been a star all year long. It is halftime now as Winchester's up 35-6. We saw some promise there from the Lexington offense. We'll see if the defense can step it up as well. We'll see you in 15 minutes.
This game is presented by LexMedia, giving Lexington athletes their moment under the lights. We're proud to showcase high school sports and celebrate the hard work, dedication, and community spirit of all of our student athletes. Whether it's football, basketball, or beyond, LexMedia is here to bring the action home to you. Find us on cable, streaming online, or at lexmedia.org. LexMedia, channeling the vision. This game is presented by LexMedia, giving Lexington athletes their moment under the lights. We're proud to showcase high school sports and celebrate the hard work, dedication, and community spirit of all of our student athletes. Whether it's football, basketball, or beyond, LexMedia is here to bring the action home to you. Find us on cable, streaming online, or at lexmedia.org. LexMedia, channeling the vision.
The teams are back out on the field here tonight for this second half of football. Winchester set to kick it away. The ball will be launched shorter kick this time, as it is going to be picked up by Waters. Jaden Waters looking to return, looking for space, and gets it up to the 30-yard line, setting up a first down and 10 from that 30-yard line for Ethan Hatch and the Lexington offense. Down a fair amount of points here early in this second half. See if they can make some noise here on this first drive of the game, or the first drive of the half. What are we looking for, Ben, as they come out of the half here?
I think just establishing consistency with the execution, and it starts with that offensive line. You know, they stick to the ground game in general, and I think you gotta open up holes, and that's really how they spark the passing game. You don't really just see them dropping back without a run fake or a threat to run.
And so now Hatch will be under center. He's going to take the snap and give it to Waters on the edge, who's going to carry a man with him back to about the line of scrimmage. Maybe a 1-yard gain there for Jaden Waters.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like a super clean exchange there. Kind of gave a little bit of a hesitance to Waters, who he carried the defender on his back for a couple yards, but couldn't get much.
So now it is going to be second down and 9 for Lexington's offense here. Ethan Hatch runs into the huddle to share the play. This would probably be the down to roll out and pass here, as you don't want to have to save that for third down. Hatch under center here with Christian Brown behind him. Waters to his right and Son to his left. Hatch will take the snap. And
double handoff.
Double handoff. Clean exchange there from the two running backs, but Waters only able to get back to the line of scrimmage, which will set up a third down and 8.
Yeah, it's been tough sledding for Lexington's run game so far tonight. So, you know, they've been forcing a lot of these third and long downs where they're forced to pass the ball, and just, you know, usually ends up in a lot of pressure from Winchester. But hopefully the offensive line can hold up and maybe they can get something off.
So it is going to be now third down and 9 for this Lexington offense. See if they can hold up long enough to maybe throw a pass here, or if Christian Brown can carry them to a first down on the ground.
Yeah, and to me, guys, just why?
Hatch is going to roll out now, but a guy immediately with him. He breaks the tackle initially, but unable to keep it going. That is that guy, number 84, without a name on our sheet, who makes the tackle. He's been all over the place here tonight.
He's a stud.
Yeah, just like I said, though, you know, Winchester, knowing what Lexington's forced to pass, they're able to get in the backfield and, you know, not give Hatch really much of a opening or a chance to get something, as we have seen him throw the ball very precisely, but there's nothing there.
That's what Coach DeLuca talked to us about a couple weeks ago, where you don't want to just have to throw the ball there on third and long when the defense knows it's coming, especially when really every single pass is a play-action pass, but they really had no other option there.
A good kick by Isaac Jago there, as it is going to be setting up Winchester now. It's going to be first and 10 from the Lexington 47. Winchester, good field position to start off this second half. We'll see who the quarterback
It'll be O'Connell.
Here it is going to be O'Connell.
They should run them both out there and do a little double pass action.
That could be fun here, as they are up big and could afford to see if they could experiment with some of that. But for now, O'Connell will just run on the field himself, followed by DePremio, the star running back.
Guys, for me, just on the Lexington, on that last play, on the third down, the Lexington offense, for me, why not go in shotgun? I know it might not be in the playbook, so maybe that's something they can establish this upcoming week, but it's just hard. It's tough sledding in the passing game when you're having to go play action, even when the defense knows it's not going to be a run.
So it's going to be a new running back into the game here.
Yeah. Seems like
number 29, Dominic Vizella.
Seems like Gianni DePremio's night might be done here. Save their star running back for tighter contests.
Yeah, he was terrific in the first half and put up enough stats for an entire game. And now it is going to be this Winchester new running back here. It is going to set up now second down and 10. Couple of new guys running onto the field here. O'Connell maintains his spot in the game, though, as it is 2nd down and 10.
And shout out, the camera was just showing there Winchester's star coach, Davis Clark. He's a bit of a social media influencer. He's got over 700,000 followers. There he is. He's a big star, and I got a picture with him at halftime. He's got a lot of funny videos. He's a finance worker here in Boston. I think he attended Winchester High School.
So the give now by O'Connell, not many yards there. Up the middle for Dominic Vizela. Cool to have an influencer here at this game, even if he is on the wrong sideline for tonight's contest.
Yeah, I knew he worked with the Winchester football team from his videos, but it's amazing to have him here in person. And I hope Lexington can hit the intensity button in the second half the way Davis Clark hits those spreadsheets.
That is a Davis Clark line there, as now it is going to be 3rd down and 7 here for this Lexington offense, or Winchester offense. O'Connell in the backfield, as now the 2 tight ends go in motion. We've seen this a couple times before. He will take the snap and hand it up the middle, and a bunch of yards there. It took him 3 plays, but eventually he breaks free as Dominic Vizela on the pickup as Isaac Jago came up with the tackle.
Yeah, it seems like even without DePremio, he didn't really have to break any tackles there, but that was great blocking up front by that Winchester offensive line. They just created a huge gap, and they seem to have some really strong players that create gaps for primarily DePremio, but also this backup running back.
Yeah, I think another reason why that gap might have been there is, they brought those 2 big tight ends over to the right side, and he was able to cut back left where there's a big seeping gap for a lot of yards.
That play has been really effective in this game. It is 1st down and 10 for O'Connell now, as he is going to take the snap and hand it off to the outside.
Wow.
Good fake there on the RPO, as a good tackle there by Shelton, but it is going to be an 11-yard carry and a 1st down there for Vizela.
Yeah, what a play by Donovan Shelton. He just came flying over from, he was about a middle third safety there. He just came flying down to make the run play. I know he got 11 yards, but that's about as good of a play he could have possibly made there. It's the safety's job.
Sure. Seems like Winchester not afraid to slow this game down, just run the clock over and over.
So it's going to be O'Connell now, who is going to hand it again, but Vizela not many yards there.
It's a great job by Ayush Patel right there, getting into the backfield and getting hands on the running back before he's able to make a big play.
It's going to set up 2nd down and 10 for O'Connell in the offense. He's yet to throw a pass thus far in this half, as they've gone to the run game to look to chew up some clock, as we've already got under 6 minutes to go. We're almost under halfway done with this 3rd quarter here.
Yeah, seems like they'll just keep it simple for most of the second half here.
There they go again with the 2 tight ends.
Yeah, that motion's been killer.
O'Connell in the shotgun will give it to Vizela, who's going to look to get to the outside.
Wow.
And he finds some space there, though. Good tackle by Donovan Shelton yet again, who's been all over the place in this game.
Yeah, it feels like on any given play, it's either Shelton or Waters at the forefront, even on offense and defense and special teams. Not exactly what you want, having to have your safeties make every play, but they've been outstanding tonight.
2 good athletes flying around here in their senior seasons. Going to be big losses for the Minutemen next year, defensively, offensively, special teams all around the field. There's no O'Connell in the backfield in the shotgun, as they will send those 2 tight ends in motion. It's 3rd down and 7. O'Connell takes the snap and gives it to Vizela. Vizela looking to get to the edge. Will they stop him short? Does not look like they will. He falls forward to pick up the 1st down, setting up 1st down and 10 for Winchester from about the 14-yard line.
Yeah, just tough blocking downfield for Winchester. Really creating a lot of gaps for their running backs. And Lexington's shown a lot of promise with a lot of their tackles, single, individually tackles, but it's going to take a collaborative team effort if they want to force a couple stops.
Those 2 tight ends just opened up a lot as they've sent them in motion, and Lexington has had trouble adjusting to that play. It was a good run play there by Winchester. Looks like timeout maybe by someone here as the clock is stopped at 4 minutes and 4 seconds.
Maybe Lexington just
Winchester
giving
at the 14-yard line.
Maybe Lexington just giving their defense a breather. You know, Winchester has sort of marched down the field on this drive, and it's really just tough. Lexington, they've been super harmed by injuries this year, and
Yeah, just
that's
a small depth chart.
Yeah, it's forced a lot of guys to play both sides and play tons of snaps, and you know, you have to understand what Lexington's working with here.
Yeah, not a lot of guys on the sideline there to come in and help.
Two teams. Yeah.
And so just a struggle to keep their best players on the field. We've seen a lot of different guys getting a lot of touches this year in this game. It just felt like there's been a new star every game.
Yeah, it's true.
It's been Waters and Shelton tonight.
Yeah, it was like Millette and Selski the last game. We've had Warren Stevens step up, Mao in the first game.
So now it's going to be given to Vazela, who is going to pick up just a couple more yards. Looked like a 6-yard gain there on the run, setting up 2nd down and 4 from inside the 10-yard line now.
This third quarter is going by pretty fast, already down to about 3.5 minutes, and it's just that Winchester grounded pound game, taking a different approach from Lexington's wing T formation, but it's been pretty effective.
Yeah, it's been tough to stop here as they have marched down the field, and it will be given back to Vazela on the draw yet again, and this time it's some good tackling by Lexington.
It's number 4 for Lexington, Donovan Shelton once again getting there for the big tackle.
Yeah. Not sure if Ronan O'Connell's going to throw another pass all night, save maybe a 3rd and long or something like that.
Yeah, it is going to be 3rd down and about 4 here, so definitely a running situation if they want it to be.
I'm not sure it's 4-down territory anymore. Might just truck out Bolognese.
He could take a field goal here, as it is going to be 3rd down and 5 with 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in this third quarter. 2 tight ends going in motion with a big package in the game, just one receiver. It will go to Vazela, who's going to cut it and now cut back and head towards the goal line, just short of the goal line there for Vazela, but it is going to set up 1st down and goal from about the 1-yard line, picking up the 3rd down. Just short as Donovan Shelton makes yet another big tackle. Ton of tackles for him here tonight.
Yeah.
Going to stop Winchester just short of the goal line, touchdown saving tackle there.
And on that play, to me, I believe it was the outside linebacker Vicente Corbat. He did his job forcing the Vazela back inside, but just his teammates weren't there to clean it up. That's solid blocking up front by the Winchester offensive line.
So the snap will now be taken and is given to Vazela, and he will step into the end zone. Didn't need a lot, and he got what he needed there for another Winchester touchdown. Going to move things to 41-6 here for this Winchester offense.
Yeah,
Been terrific all night.
Long drive for Winchester right there, about 7 minutes.
Yeah, that's
so they're not afraid to just bring this clock down. So don't really see a possibility of Lexington's comeback, but they definitely can create some momentum going into the next game. Maybe string together stop or 2 and maybe a score.
And Vazela's definitely a very tough runner himself. And I think that's, that type of long drive, that's what Lexington is really looking for. That's the kind of their ideal offensive drive.
And Bolognese unable to get the field goal there. So we'll set up a 41-6 lead here.
Yeah, he's had some couple kicking troubles, although a couple of them have looked like really good, so kind of a polar outcomes.
Yeah, some contrast here from the Winchester kicker. His kickoffs have all been terrific, though.
Yeah, he does kick him really deep, so it gives Waters a tough return.
Yeah, and maybe that tee is really helping him there as he's maybe topped a couple of the ones off the ground.
Interesting.
So it will be Waters deep still with Jago just in front of him. They didn't kick it to him last time. We will see if they will kick it to him on this one.
Yeah, and Bolognese does have big shoes to fill as they graduated another kicker about 2 years ago, Kieran Core, who is now at Harvard playing football. He had an absolute rocket for a leg, but Bolognese does pretty well himself, so maybe he has a future in kicking in the next level himself.
Fun to see a couple of these Winchester guys likely going to be playing at the next level, as it is another good kick there.
Nice hands by Water.
Good catch, though, and he's going to keep going.
That's
Waters,
a nice return.
Good return up to the 37-yard line. Jaden Waters has been good all night.
Absolutely.
So Waters on the good return. He's going to set up the Lexington offense at the 37-yard line, looking to make some noise here on their second drive of the half.
And you have to wonder, I know Ethan Hatch had a really nice throw on that touchdown, but at some point in the second half, we might see the junior quarterback Michael Denoncourt shot out. He has a nice arm himself, smart quarterback, and maybe they can run some type of option game with him, or probably a similar one to the one they run with Hatch. But maybe they'll try out Hatch for these first couple drives. We'll see.
Yeah, it would be fun to see some of the younger guys getting some run here. Although on the seniors' last night home game, they'll probably want to play a fair amount as well.
True. It is Denoncourt.
It is Denoncourt in the
call by
game
Ben.
here.
Yeah.
Ben
Thank you.
got it right as Michael Denoncourt under center here in the third quarter, takes the snap and looked like a struggle picking up the ball. Did he hold on to it? And he did not.
Seems like a couple
Yeah.
younger players in there too. Yep.
Yeah, some new linemen, probably a new
Including-
center in the game, and
Yeah, and
Denoncourt unable to hold on to the snap.
now Winchester responds by subbing in a lot of their backup players, and Lexington at the up back that Christian Brown was playing. They have checked in Sam Florestal, who Michael Denoncourt did tell me earlier he was playing like prime Jameer Gibbs in practice yesterday. So we'll see. Maybe he has some tricks up his sleeve.
Would love to see some prime Jameer Gibbs plays, as Jameer Gibbs is currently in his prime
I'm dead serious.
for the Detroit Lions.
Yep.
Exciting to hear, as though Winchester, with when you sub in some of those younger guys as well, they're hungry and they are able to make a couple of plays as they recover the fumble there on first down and 10.
Yeah. Florestal must have some speed if he's being compared to Gibbs.
Yeah, he's a little bit a different type of player from C. Brown. So yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Seems like even with Winchester's backups, are a lot bigger than Lexington. So we'll see how that fares out. But love to see the new guys and the younger future generation of Lexington football getting some opportunities.
All right, now the Winchester offense is back on the field. Hard to tell who it is going to be that second quarterback in the game here, Peter Alexopoulos in the backfield. Set to take the snap. 3 receivers in the game, 2 at the top of your screen. Alexopoulos will take the snap and give it on the short carry for a ton of yards. Really good run as Dominic Vazela has found his place in this game, and really good carries. He's a pretty good running back. Just hard when you're backing up such a dynamic runner. DePrincio he is going to pick up a ton of yards there on that first down and 10 play.
Yeah, but you have to imagine Vazela's going to be the bell cow for them next year, and they, with the offense they run currently, they do like to rely on that running game. So maybe they won't have to change much about their offense. He's a tough runner. He hits the hole hard. Yeah.
Interesting to see his night. Not necessarily done, but he is going to come out of the game here.
Oh, wow.
So maybe
He's
something an even younger
He's kind
guy.
of a first team type of quality player, too.
Oh, certainly a first team quality player now, as it is going to be a young running back, number 45 in for Winchester. That is Christian Sochat, the sophomore. But not many yards there on the first play. We'll set up second down and about 9.
That'll bring us to the end of the third quarter.
That will end the third quarter here with Winchester up 41-6. And so we will have a fourth quarter ahead of us. Chance for some young guys to get some run.
This game is presented by LexMedia, giving Lexington athletes their moment under the lights. We're proud to showcase high school sports and celebrate the hard work, dedication, and community spirit of all of our student athletes. Whether it's football, basketball, or beyond, LexMedia is here to bring the action home to you. Find us on cable, streaming online, or at lexmedia.org. Lex Media, channeling the vision.
Winchester's offense is back out on the field here for 2nd down and 8 to open up this 4th quarter. We do have a running clock here and what has become a runaway Winchester score. Alexopoulos in the shotgun. They've been in shotgun all night with that sophomore running back in the game. Christian Sochat.
They're also a run-heavy team just like Lexington, but it's definitely a different approach.
So it's going to be a good tackle. I couldn't tell who it was, but someone made their way into the backfield.
Looked like a combined effort for Lexington to force a 3rd and goal for Winchester.
Yeah, it seemed like William French, the freshman, was in on the tackle. I know he has some older brothers, seniors that are on the cross-country team. He's definitely got a very different build. But he's a promising up-and-coming player. Good
tackle there. As we do have some newer guys in the game at corner as well. Some younger guys getting some run. Michael Denoncourt at the top of your screen there. Now the snap is low, but it is going to be handed off. And another good, strong run. He pushes right through. Good handoff there as Sochat punches in the touchdown. The sophomore makes a good play.
Seems like all 3 running backs are getting a lot of usage and a lot of success for Winchester.
Sochat on the good carry. And so it is going to be a touchdown here, 47-6 for this Winchester offense. It's been fun to watch the offense all night long.
Yeah, and on that one it seemed like the freshman Azias Aquino had a chance to make the play. He did a good job holding the edge, forcing him inside, but he's a freshman going up against, I know it might be some of Winchester's bench, but it seems like they've got a very experienced roster, and it seems like that's another guy who could be very promising going forward.
For sure, as the kick by Bolognese there is going to be good. So 48-6 now. Winchester's offense has been incredible all night long. Only one stop for Lexington, who was on that impressive interception. But it is a running clock here as we're inside 10 minutes to go here in this game. Going to be a fast-moving 4th quarter with some of the backups getting some run.
And Davis Clark is hype on the sideline. He just seems absolutely dialed. He's been dialed the whole game, and that's the energy Winchester brings, and that's something that Lexington can strive to match going forward. Maybe they should hire a guy like Davis Clark.
Yeah, it's fun to have a celebrity in your town. I think we have some Celtics or something that live in Lexington, but I don't know if they have much connection to.
I used to have a neighbor, Dennis Schroeder, used to live near me. But
I don't know if they have much of a connection to Lexington, like our guy on the sideline there does for Winchester. Bolognese is going to kick this one deep.
Another great kick.
Another good one.
Another great field by Waters.
Waters with the good catch.
He's been
Waters is still going. Waters got some space. Can he break the tackle? He cannot, but a very good return there from Jaden Waters as a flag comes down.
Oh, shoot. Might be coming back a little bit. We'll see what it is. But it seems like that was a great play by Waters. The blocking was setting up for him down his left side, the near side on your screen, and he just really cut back to that right side where there was not as many defenders.
Yeah, it looks like it's
going to be a
foul
on Lexington. Maybe a block in the back, something like that.
Yeah, I believe it was kind of an after the play foul there. Just some frustration.
You all have to see that. I know you're down big, but you can't be letting out your frustration and hurting your team after that great return by Waters. But let's see if Lexington's offense can pick it up here.
It is Mike Denoncourt that it looks like will be checking into this game at quarterback, running that wing T offense. It's going to bring them pretty far back, all the way to the 33-yard line after the return went into Winchester territory. So,
definitely a tough penalty to see if you're Lexington.
At this point, might just let it fly, man. He's got nothing to lose here, down big, but
just not sure if Lexington really practices a more traditional shotgun offense
Yeah, they can just run the play action on every play.
All right, now Denoncourt will check into the game. Under center is Denoncourt. He'll take the snap and toss it to the outside. The back is going to be stacked up for a loss there. Number 37 from Lexington on the carry. Kingsley Fung, the freshman, getting some reps here in this fourth quarter. So it's going to set up 2nd down and 10 here for the Lexington Minutemen.
A lot of freshmen in the game here. I'm seeing maybe Mike can use his experience. He's been on the team for 3 years. Not a ton of varsity reps, but him, James Bernstein, maybe they can lead their team to lead with experience and help this team have some success here.
Denoncourt will take the snap and hand it off. 3 yards up the middle there for the Lexington runner.
Clock will continue to run. It'll be about a 3rd and 9 for Lexington.
I feel like they've got some solid size up front with the big bodies. Maybe that's promising for the future of this Lexington offensive and defensive fronts.
Yep, and so Denoncourt will talk to Coach DeLuca here to set up this play for the junior. It is 3rd down and 9. Interesting to see if maybe they'll roll out and throw one on a longer 3rd down with a quarterback who I don't believe has thrown yet in his varsity career.
There's Florestal, number 26.
I feel like he has. I don't know. Yeah, maybe he hasn't.
Denoncourt under center now. He will take the snap and roll out and look to run it himself. He's got some space, but he's going to get things back to the line of scrimmage before being shoved out of bounds and what will likely be a punt to the other side. Denoncourt picked up a yard there.
Tough running there from Mike. He seemed to get to the edge pretty quickly and seemed to be running pretty fast, but good discipline there from the Winchester, the red and black defensive backs, keeping the edge and cleaning up the play.
Yeah, I like to see Mikey fighting for those extra yards, you know. Yep. Definitely a smaller body, but big heart.
Denoncourt picks up a yard on the play, but it will be 4th down and 8 here for this Lexington punt team. They will look to boot this one away. And Jego launches this one. It's going to take a good bounce. And Jaden Waters will down that ball, the 33-yard line. So Winchester's offense will trot out onto the field.
Seems like it'll be Alexopoulos once again. Most teams just have about 2 real quarterbacks that practice, so it seems like he'll be. Oh, excuse me. Not sure.
I think it's going to be Alexopoulos.
Yeah, it seems like it'll be Alexopoulos.
Yeah, most teams do not practice with a 3rd quarterback likely.
Although he is kind of like a second starter. They did roll him out in the first quarter even when it was still a competitive game, so maybe.
Led him to a touchdown drive, too.
Yeah, he's certainly dynamic and might have to carry the or might have to lead the offense next year when Ronan O'Connell is gone.
Not sure what's happening, but I think they just called the game.
And it looks like that will be our ball game tonight.
Maybe not much point in just having freshman backups go in against varsity players and just get injured,
especially with the running clock.
Yeah.
So
smart decision.
It is going to be a 48-6 Winchester win. We thank you all for joining us here tonight. There were some fun plays for Lexington, but overall just a dominant Winchester performance. Thank you everyone for joining us, from Tevin Catella, Connor Wynn, and Benjamin Noble, and everyone here at Lex Media. We'll see you next Saturday at 12 o'clock for Lexington versus Arlington.
This game is presented by Lex Media, giving Lexington athletes their moment under the lights. We're proud to showcase high school sports and celebrate the hard work, dedication, and community spirit of all of our student athletes. Whether it's football, basketball, or beyond, Lex Media is here to bring the action home to you. Find us on cable, streaming online, or at lexmedia.org. Lex Media, channeling the vision.